Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling slightly smaller than before? Not insulted, not attacked, just subtly lowered. Maybe someone interrupted you and kept talking as if you hadn't started. Maybe they joked about you in front of others and everyone laughed, or they ignored your message but were active everywhere else. These are not accidents. These are social mechanics. And if you don't recognize them, you will keep losing status without knowing why. One of the most common power moves is controlled interruption. When someone consistently talks over you, cuts you off, or redirects the conversation right as you gain momentum, it is rarely random. It creates a pattern where your voice feels less important. Psychologically, interruptions signal dominance. They communicate that their timing matters more than yours. If this keeps happening and you do nothing, people begin to unconsciously rank you lower in the hierarchy. And not because you lack intelligence, but because you allow conversational space to be taken from you. The counter is not aggression. It is calm continuation. You finish your sentence slowly, without apology. Sometimes people interrupt out of enthusiasm or habit, but when it becomes patterned and directional, you are looking at a status test. Another subtle move is public framing through humor. Someone makes a joke about you. It sounds light. Everyone laughs, but the joke positions you as slightly incompetent, overly emotional, naive, or lower value. Humor lowers defenses. That is why it is powerful. When you laugh along every time, you silently approve the frame. Over time, that frame sticks. You become the forgetful one, or the dramatic one, not because it is true, but because it was socially reinforced. The response is not to become humorless. It is to control the frame. You can redirect the joke, or calmly neutralize it. Sometimes a simple question like, "What do you mean by that?" shifts the pressure back. And sometimes, if the relationship is balanced and secure, it truly is harmless. Context matters. Patterns matter more. A third mechanism is selective attention. Someone responds quickly to others, but leaves you waiting. In group settings, they make eye contact with everyone except you. They acknowledge ideas from others that are similar to ones you just expressed, but ignore yours. This creates psychological ambiguity. You start wondering if you are overthinking it. That uncertainty is destabilizing, and destabilized people behave less confidently. If it is occasional, it may be distraction. If it is consistent and directional, it is a quiet dominance move. The danger of doing nothing is internal erosion. You begin adjusting yourself downward to regain approval. That is how status slips. Not every power shift requires confrontation. Not every awkward moment is strategic, but when patterns repeat, they form structure. Social hierarchies do not build through dramatic takeovers. They build through small, tolerated behaviors. If you recognize them early, you keep your footing. If you ignore them, you slowly adapt to a lower position without realizing it. Most power shifts do not happen loudly. They happen in conversations, and once you see the mechanics, you cannot unsee them.